Hey everyone, it's Brad here, and I'm coming at you guys with a Cosmo deck profile that my brother and another teammate of ours took to the Fargo Regional. So they took Cosmos, both of them. They took a pretty identical build. This is kind of like a combination between their builds, I think. So I'm going to cover some of the basics of the deck as well as their side deck that they took and just some thoughts of the deck. So we got three Farm Girl. Farm Girl is the searcher of the deck. You can like all the 4 and lowers currently, they can banish themselves to special Cosmo of a higher level from their hand. So you can banish Farm Girl from your field to special summon either of the bosses from your hand. I'll go through those right now. So we got level 5 Slip Rider, and hopefully you can see that, level 8 Forerunner. So Farm Girl gets a search whenever it does an attack on and deals damage to your opponent. So we're going to have to try and get your opponent's board clear or try to get to an honest or something like that so you can attack over some things. Good Witch, it's pay 500 life points to flip down or flip a face-up monster into face-down defense position. So it's good at outing some problem monsters and some other things like that. Slip Rider, it's kind of like an MST for the deck. When it's summoned, you can destroy a spell or trap card on the field. So it's really solid at removing floodgates or anything that's hurting your deck right now. We have Triple Forerunner, which is the boss. Every standby phase, you gain 1,000 life points. It can't be targeted, and when it's destroyed, it can special summon a Cosmo monster from your deck, just like Forerunner. But Forerunner can only special the 4 and 3, whereas Forerunner can special any of the other 3, and Slip Rider can only special the level 4 and 3. So that's kind of the basics of the deck, and I'll get through the rest of the cards now. So we got triple Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So Ghost Ogre has some synergy with the deck. You can destroy your boss monsters so they can trickle down into a different monster. And you can also destroy the Cosmo field spell to get a search. But also Ghost Ogre is really good at outing some problem cards for the deck. The deck has a very hard time getting over cards like Shaddoll Construct. So this is going to be a way that you can get over it. So next we have Double Honest. So this is for Farm Girl pretty much and an out to towers. So if Farm Girl uses this, you can deal some damage and get your search. We have one Maxi just to have a Maxi. You can never draw 2 if you only run 1. Really good point, actually. I strongly suggest looking into that. If you're running multiple Maxi, maybe think about just maining 1. So we have Triple Cosmo Town. So this does a ridiculous amount of effects. I'm just going to go ahead and read it. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished Cosmo monsters, return it to your hand, and if you do, lose life points equal to its original level times 100. Once per turn, you can shuffle any number of Cosmo monsters from your hand, reveal any number of Cosmo monsters from your hand, and shuffle them into the deck, then draw cards equal to the number of cards you shuffled into the deck. If this card is sent from the field zone and is destroyed by the card effect, and you can add 1 Cosmo from your deck to your hand. Or Cosmo card, so it can even add itself along with any other, if they ever get spell or trap support. It's really, really strong. So 3 of that because you want to see it. It gets your banished Farm Girls and banished Good Wishes back, along with any of your banished machines if you need to special one of them from your hand again. We got Double Dark Hole and Regeki because we like having a clear board so Farm Girl can attack. Nothing too special there. Then we got, here we go, Triple Emergency Teleport. So Farm Girl is a light level 3 psychic, so this can be specialed from the deck with E-Tele, along with Ghost Ogre. So we have access to Synchro and Xyz plays because of those 2. We got Triple Upstart Goblin. The deck does have some consistency issues right now because there aren't too many Cosmo cards. They are getting more support, so I'm not sure if they'll continue having this issue, but it is definitely an issue right now. We have, we got 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, so this can be used on your opponent's cards, obviously, and it also can be used in conjunction with your cards to make a combo go off or something. We got Torrential, and we have Vanity. So Torrential, it can destroy your boss monsters so they can trickle down into other monsters. But Vanities, this was kind of like what they were expecting on needing. I honestly don't know if you should run it if you're trying to make like a guaranteed what cards you keep in for every event. I don't think Vanities should be in there because if you have let's say you have Forerunner out. There we go. If we have Forerunner and Vandy's out, and they get over our Forerunner by, I don't know, Dark Hole, then in a new chain, after Dark Hole resolves, you would try to activate Forerunner's effect, but you actually can't attempt to special summon because Vandy's still on the field. Then Vandy's effect, mandatory effect, will activate to destroy itself. So you do not get to special if you have Forerunner, but Vandy's is just a dumb card sometimes, so you can sack with it, obviously. So that isn't even 40 cards. And that's because the deck doesn't stand alone well right now. You can try to make it stand alone, but I think it needs to be comboed with something. And in this case, we decided to combo it with, Cyber Dragons. I almost said Shaddolls. So we had triple Cyber Dragon Core and double Cyber Dragon. So Cyber Dragon Core is going to be searching for cyber networks. And also, if it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to special Cyber Dragon from your deck. So these guys give you a great matchup against Cosmos, against cards like Towers, because you can just literally take their monsters off the field and bring out, wherever it is, Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, excuse me. But another great thing about this is Cyber Network. If you are unfamiliar with it, I'll go ahead and read it. So it is a continuous trap. Destroy this card during the third standby phase after activation. Once Return of Cyber Dragon is on the field, you can banish one light machine type monster from your deck. And that, so that's like a pseudo search in this deck. So you can, go ahead and banish a Cosmo Forerunner. And then you can go ahead and add it back to your hand if you have a face-up Cosmo Town. So really good, combo with the deck. Then, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many of your banished light machine type monsters as possible, and if you do, destroy all spell and trap cards you control. So this is going to go ahead and bring back multiple Slip Riders, maybe multiple Forerunners, even Cyber Dragons or Cyber Dragon Cores sometimes if you banish them. So if you summon a Slip Rider, you can actually pop this yourself and ensure that it gets its effect. And then when this is sent, it can pop your Cosmo Town, so you can get another search off of that. So you can do some crazy shenanigans with this card. It combos really well. Then monsters that are special summons cannot activate this effect or their effects, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. So on your opponent's end phase, you could banish a Good Witch or a Farm Girl or something and pop this, and then just bring back a ton of monsters. So that's it for the main deck. The Cyber Dragons are working really well for them. Like I said, my my teammate got 12th with this deck at the regional, and I feel like he could have done a lot better. It was unfortunate that he got paired against me. I wish we actually had a ton of our teammates play each other, so that was a really unfortunate day. But yeah, so the side deck, we got triple Retaliating Sea, and then 2 more Maxis. The card's just really, really strong right now. Everything needs to special summon, and not much of it is inherent summon, so it's a really, really strong card right now. And Retaliating Sea is going to go ahead and wreck Shaddolls, which this deck actually has a difficult matchup. I wouldn't say it's the hardest one. And also it's really good against Necroz, which is another difficult matchup for this deck. So we got 2 Mystical Space Typhoons in the side. Just for outing some cards, it's going to hurt the deck. Sometimes you need this because you don't have access to get to a Slip Rider. Something of that sort. 1 Compulse. This was probably for the Shaddol matchup because, again, they don't have the best Shaddol matchup. Then we have double Fairy Wind. So this is good at destroying your Cosmo Town along with your Cyber Networks, and then also any floodgates your opponent has. So it's going to do multiple things for the deck. It just combos really, really well with it. Triple Mind Crush. Mind Crush is a really strong card right now. Lots of decks are doing searching or adding from the graveyard, but just to maintain their advantage. And this is going to go ahead and punish that. Then we have Double Decree for Teller Knights, I would assume, and any deck that plays a lot of Floodgates. This deck can thrive underneath Royal Decree because they can go ahead and just clear your field and then attack directly with Farm Girl and just keep on gaining advantage. So next, I'm going to kind of cover the extra deck, but I'm going to say one thing really quickly. Extra deck isn't very important. Some cards are definitely needed, but I don't think you can even utilize the 15 cards that great. There are some like 10 cards right here that are really strong that I'm going to talk about, but the 5s are going to be based on where you're going, so I don't think I should show those. So double Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, this is going to be for just sending off like cores and then your opponent's monsters to make this guy, which is really, really strong. Then we have the next most important one is going to be Ancient Fairy Dragon. So Ancient Fairy Dragon combos really well with Cosmo Town. You get to search for a card, Cosmo card, as well as another Cosmo Town. Then we have Michael. So Michael's really good at removing Shaddoll fusion monsters, which is going to be great for this deck. We have Scrap Dragon, really good for the deck because you can pop your own cards again. And then we have Yugioh, pretty easy to make. Then we just have some generic rank 4s, and you can put in some rank 3s, 5s, 7s, whatever you really desire. So really important is Ectoton Dweller. You want to keep those in, and I would argue that you want to keep in Rhapsody. Rhapsody and Berserk. Volcasaurus is going to be a good choice because you can overlay Slip Riders, and then maybe go into Gaia, the what is it even called? Gaia Dragon? I'm not sure its full name. But those are some definitely important choices. You might opt to play cards such as Draco Sack and Big Eye, number 11, just because they can be made in the deck and they're situationally good. But yeah, that was not a 15-card extra deck. It was just showing you what are some things you should be running. So that's going to conclude most of this. I can go ahead and actually talk about, let's see. I think I should talk a little bit about why I think the deck is good. So the deck has some really good things going for it right away. Their boss monster even floats. So like it's not just like the babies float, but their boss monster itself is a floater, which is insane. I don't think try to think of another boss monster besides such as like Burning Abyss that like completely floats. It doesn't just add back the fusion like Shaddoll's, but this completely replaces itself almost. So that's really, really cool about the deck. Like imagine if Trishula or Necroz of Trishula floated down into like Valkyrius. It would just be ridiculous. So that's something that I can see this deck is going to have a really, really strong thing going for it once they get more support. Also, Slip Rider is really insane because it can pop spell and traps, and all their spell and traps that we have currently go plus off of being destroyed. So I can see some good things happening with that, and some good synergy coming through with their own cards. Then another thing I can see happening. So currently we have one of each level, and I feel like we're going to get one of each level. So we're going to get a 1, a 2, a 6, sorry, and then we'll get a trap probably, maybe continuous trap, so it can combo well with Slip Rider. And I just feel like this is going to be the next Burning Abyss. So Burning Abyss didn't have too much hype before the set came out, and then once the set came out, Dante shot up from $10 to $120, I think, in the first week of it being out. So the deck has a lot of potential, I feel like. There's a lot of good things going for the deck. Like Honest, the level 3 Psychics, so they can use E-Telly, just tons of things going for it. Along with the synergy with the Cyber Networks, I don't know how this deck could get worse. Could get much better. There's no reason why this deck isn't going to be top tier once they get more support. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry it wasn't too informative. I wish I could have done better, but my brother's at college, as you guys know, he was the one who really built this deck along with another teammate of ours. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this, and if you enjoyed this, please tell me what you want to see next. I'm pretty much able to make a ton of things. I'm going to go ahead and show you some things right now. Sorry if it's moving kind of fast. So I got tons of cards, like boxes upon boxes, and case of cards over there. Multiple binders full of cards. So I can make a ton of videos actually right now. So if you want anything, just ask. And I bumped the mic right there. If that was a really loud noise, I apologize. So I'll see you guys later.